The Bold and the Beautiful week of July 6 preview. RJ warns will let Electra go, Taylor refuses Sheila. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B preview video for the week of July 6 to 10 reveals that RJ Forrester, Brian Nicoletti, will rush to Electra Forrester's Lania Grace defense while Taylor Hayes' Rebecca Budig reacts to Sheila Carter's Kimberlyn Brown pressure. B&B's weekly promo kicks off with Sheila visiting Taylor and Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan, as she asks if Taylor spoke to Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, about allowing her into the family. "You know as well as I do that it's impossible," Taylor says in the weekly preview clip. Even so, Sheila is on a mission to secure 2 days of visitation with John Finnegan Tanner Novlin, and Hayes Finnegan's Brian David Garlick per month. Although it does look like Sheila will end up signing the divorce papers soon, she'll stick to her goal of securing family bonding time with Hayes and Finn. During Ridge Forrester's Thorsten K. upcoming confrontation with Bill Spencer, Don Diamont, Bill will gloat about there being new royalty in LA fashion. Bill will play up Logan's bright future and act like they're going to leave Forrester Creations in the dust. Rich still won't be pleased over Bill and Katie Logan Spencer, Heather Tom luring Hope Logan Spencer, Annika Noel over to Forrester, but Bill will insist that Hope is a Spencer and that she's loyal to his family now. As the conflict continues at the beach house, Electra will ultimately ignore Will's plea for her to stay and try to get past his betrayal. Will's going to put up a fight when it comes to letting Electra leave since he'll so desperately want to make her understand. Electra has heard all Will's excuses, but she still feels like he should have come clean about what Logan was up to. After Electra blasts Will for playing a part in the scandal that's blowing up, she'll once again try to move out. When Will attempts to block Electra's path, RJ will arrive and start making some demands. Since RJ will hear Electra announce that she's leaving, he'll push Will to honor her wishes or else. "You heard her. Let her go," RJ warns in B&B's weekly preview video. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Will and RJ are going to face off next, so stay tuned for all the troubling news to come. CDL will have all the exciting Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and news you need, so make us your one-stop source. The week of July 6 promises emotional confrontations, unexpected warnings, and difficult choices in The Bold and the Beautiful. Relationships will be tested as old rivalries resurface and new romances face serious obstacles. While love remains at the center of every storyline, secrets, trust, and family loyalty threaten to pull everyone in different directions. RJ steps into the middle of a growing conflict, determined to protect someone he cares about. His warning to Will could change the direction of a blossoming relationship. At the same time, Taylor finds herself confronted by a familiar face from her complicated past. Sheila reaches out in hopes of earning understanding, or perhaps forgiveness, but Taylor refuses to give her the response she wants. Here's a creative preview of what viewers can expect during the exciting week ahead. RJ delivers a serious warning. RJ has always tried to avoid unnecessary drama, but this week he realizes that staying silent is no longer an option. Watching the growing tension between Will and Electra, he begins to fear that emotions are clouding everyone's judgment. When RJ catches Will alone, the conversation starts calmly enough. However, it quickly becomes clear that RJ isn't there for casual small talk. "I think you're making a mistake," RJ tells him. Will is surprised. He expected encouragement, not criticism. RJ explains that Electra has already experienced enough heartbreak and uncertainty. If Will isn't completely committed to her, he needs to walk away before things become even more serious. "Don't make promises you can't keep," RJ warns. She deserves better than someone who's still trying to figure out what he wants. The words hit Will harder than he expected. For the first time, he begins questioning whether he's truly ready for the future Electra seems to imagine. Will faces an impossible choice. RJ's advice lingers in Will's mind throughout the week. Every conversation with Electra suddenly feels heavier. He notices how much she trusts him, how openly she shares her dreams, and how hopeful she has become about their future together. Instead of bringing him comfort, that trust creates pressure. Will starts wondering if everyone else sees doubts inside him that he's been trying to ignore. When Electra excitedly talks about making long-term plans, Will struggles to respond. His hesitation doesn't go unnoticed. Electra asks if something is wrong. Although Will insists everything is fine, his forced smile only raises more questions. Electra senses the distance. Electra has always believed honesty is the foundation of any relationship. As Will becomes increasingly distracted, she starts piecing together clues. He avoids serious conversations. He changes the subject whenever she mentions the future. His messages become shorter. His excitement fades. Eventually, Electra confronts him directly. If you've changed your mind about us, she says softly, I'd rather know now than later. Will freezes. The truth sits on the tip of his tongue, but saying it aloud could destroy everything. RJ questions his own actions. Although RJ believes he did the right thing, he begins wondering if he interfered too much. His warning came from genuine concern, not jealousy or personal gain. Still, watching Will and Electra struggle leaves him feeling responsible. Friends remind RJ that honesty is never wrong. Yet relationships are rarely simple. Sometimes even good advice creates painful consequences. RJ wonders whether he protected Electra, or accidentally pushed two people apart. Taylor receives an unwelcome visitor. Elsewhere, Taylor experiences one of the week's most uncomfortable encounters. Sheila arrives unexpectedly. Despite everything that's happened between them over the years, Sheila insists she wants a peaceful conversation. Taylor immediately remains cautious. She knows Sheila's history better than most people. Every apology has often been followed by another shocking betrayal. Sheila claims she's trying to become a different person. She talks about regret. She speaks about family. She insists she's tired of conflict. But Taylor isn't convinced. Sheila asks for understanding. Rather than demanding forgiveness, Sheila asks for something smaller. She simply wants Taylor to believe that people can change. She explains that she's made mistakes she can never erase. However, she argues that continuing to punish someone forever leaves no room for redemption. Taylor listens quietly. For a brief moment, it almost appears she might soften. Then everything changes. Taylor calmly reminds Sheila of the pain she has caused countless families. Broken trust, manipulation, fear, lives permanently changed. You don't get to rewrite history, Taylor tells her firmly. Taylor refuses Sheila. The conversation reaches its emotional peak when Sheila quietly asks whether they could ever move forward. Taylor's answer is immediate. No. There is no hesitation. No uncertainty. Taylor explains that forgiveness isn't something owed simply because someone asks for it. Trust must be earned. Respect must be earned. Safety must be earned. And Sheila, in Taylor's eyes, hasn't truly earned any of those things. Although Sheila hides her disappointment behind a controlled expression, viewers can see frustration beginning to surface. Being rejected once again could push her toward dangerous decisions. Steffi stands behind Taylor. After learning about Sheila's visit, Steffi fully supports Taylor's decision. She believes allowing Sheila another chance would only create new risks for the entire family. Steffi reminds everyone that Sheila has repeatedly used sympathy as a weapon. Each apparent change has eventually revealed another hidden agenda. Taylor appreciates Steffi's unwavering support. Together they agree to remain alert. Neither woman believes Sheila will simply disappear after hearing no. Sheila refuses to give up. Despite Taylor's rejection, Sheila doesn't appear ready to abandon her mission. Instead of accepting defeat, she begins searching for another path. She believes someone within the family may eventually listen. Perhaps all she needs is one ally. One conversation. One opportunity. Sheila has never been known for surrendering easily. That determination makes her especially dangerous. Family tensions continue rising. Meanwhile, other members of the Forrester family notice the emotional strain affecting everyone around them. Conversations become shorter. Dinner gatherings become awkward. Small disagreements suddenly grow into major arguments. Everyone seems to be protecting someone while questioning someone else. The atmosphere grows increasingly tense. Old wounds reopen. New secrets threaten to emerge. Love faces new challenges. Romance remains complicated across Los Angeles. Some couples find themselves growing closer after honest conversations. Others begin drifting apart because important truths remain unspoken. Trust becomes the week's central theme. Can relationships survive uncertainty? Can love overcome fear? Or does silence create damage that honesty never could? Each couple answers those questions differently. Unexpected decisions. By the end of the week, several characters find themselves standing at emotional crossroads. Will must decide whether to continue pursuing a relationship with Electra or step away before causing deeper heartbreak. RJ must accept whatever consequences follow from his warning. Taylor remains firm in protecting her family. Sheila refuses to abandon hope despite another painful rejection. Each decision creates ripple effects that will likely continue long after this week ends. Looking ahead, as the week concludes, viewers are left wondering whether RJ's warning ultimately saves Electra from future pain, or destroys a relationship that still had potential. Questions also remain about Sheila's next move. History suggests she rarely accepts rejection quietly. Taylor's refusal may have closed one door, but it could also inspire Sheila to search for another, less predictable way inside the family's life. With emotions running high and loyalties constantly shifting, the coming episodes promise dramatic confrontations, heartfelt conversations, and shocking twists that keep fans eagerly anticipating what happens next. One thing is certain. In The Bold and the Beautiful, every warning has consequences, every choice carries emotional weight, and every relationship can change in an instant. The week of July 6th looks ready to deliver all the romance, suspense, and family drama that viewers have come to expect from the beloved daytime soap.